Every year, right about this time, there's this question that suddenly pops in my mind. Should I go to the Bologna Book Fair? And if you're asking yourself the same question, here's my answer. I don't know. But as someone who's been to the fair 4 times already, I may have some insights that will help you make your own decision. So if this is something that may interest you, please keep on watching. The Bologna Children's Book Fair is actually the greatest international event, especially dedicated to the world of children's publishing. And every year, people from the industry, from editors to art directors to agents, authors, illustrators, everyone comes to the fair. And although its main purpose, I believe, is to buy and sell book rights, it's also just a great place to learn about the latest news and the latest trends in the industry. And all in all, it's an amazing place to be inspired by this world of children's publishing. So my personal experience, I'm an illustrator, and the first time I went to the fair, it was in 2018. Then I went back again in 2019. Then in 2020, the world had other plans. And in 2021, I had other priorities. So I went back in 2022 and again in 2023. And I can say that I saw a clear shift in the results that I got from the fair before COVID and after COVID. If you'd ask me before COVID if you should go to the fair, if it's your first time, I would say yes, 100%. But nowadays I'm a little more careful to say, yes, you should go to the fair, especially if you've never been. It's an amazing experience, but it does depend on what you're looking for of getting from it. Bologna was how I found my first international clients, and it was so important in my decision to keep pursuing this career. However, I'm not exactly sure that would still be the case for illustrators starting now. In my first year there, I got offered a book deal that later turned into a series. I also got contacted by a publisher that saw my work there, and I went on to work with them as well. In my second year, I actually met 2 publishers that I still work with till this day. So if you'd ask me then if you should go to the fair if you're just looking to find more work, I would say yes, 100%. Nowadays, it's a little different. The industry is a lot different now, but I still found work these last 2 times that I went there, so it is still possible to find work. But I do not recommend going to the fair if you're just going there to try and find work. With the changes in the industry due to the rising costs and the rise of AI, which I honestly don't want to get into, it's clear that the job offers are not as plentiful as they once were. So depending on your financial situation and the investment you need to make to go to the fair, you may not get back the results that you're hoping for if you're just going there to find work. I do recommend going if you want to get inspired. I must warn you, you gotta be in the right mindset in order to be inspired by the absurd amount of amazing art you'll see. Otherwise, you'll just get overwhelmed and you'll end up curled up in a ball thinking you'll never be as good as X or Y. But if you are in the right mindset, it's just an amazing place to be inspired. I also recommend going if you want to meet fellow illustrators and exchange experiences. The fair is the perfect excuse to be with like-minded people. Our careers can be quite isolating, so this is a great excuse to meet people that you only follow online, or catch up with friends that you only usually talk to online. And for me personally, this has been one of the highlights of going there over the last few years. And it's a great way to exchange experiences and to know that you're not alone, although you do spend a lot of time alone. And I really wish that I lived closer to some of the people that I met there so that I could meet them like every other month, at least. I also recommend going if you want to get feedback on your portfolio. Some publishers will have designated time spots to view portfolios, although that's not the main reason that they are there, so be prepared to get some very quick yes or no feedbacks. This can be bittersweet experiences. I had this one time where I was in line for like an hour and I got my portfolio quickly flipped through and got an even quicker sorry, not interested. And there was this one other time where I spent again an hour in line. There's a lot of time spent in lines at the fair. So I spent like an hour in line just to be told that they were no longer able to view more portfolios. So beware, those things can happen to you. But on the other hand of the spectrum, there are people who will be able to give you some valuable feedback into what's working in your portfolio and what might need some improvement. I also recommend going to strengthen connections you already have. Bologna has been the only place where I was able to talk face-to-face with some of the art directors and editors that I've worked with. With this being such an isolating career path, it's really great to be able to put a face to a name that's usually just an email in your inbox. With all that being said, will I go to Bologna next year? I still don't know. But hopefully I've helped you decide if you were on a fence. If you do decide to go, there's this one video I made after my first time there where I share some tips. And that one might be helpful for you to watch right now. And also let me know if you have any more questions, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.